How's everything? What?
And we might or might not be live.
We might or might not be live.
Great.
Now there's a thought.
Are you gonna start doing the no thing?
Well,
And no, I
Go,
just hit
beautiful
stream,
bastard, what
and
happened last time?
And I'm not logged into YouTube on any computer regularly.
Let me check.
So yeah, it looks like we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Well, if we are live, then let me just get right into it, because at this point, why should we do character introductions? Like, you know, it doesn't even...
Just watch the
Maybe
previous
this is the
episodes, you
first-
lazy bums.
Fucking idiot. You don't start with episode 3, God.
4.
I'm good at keeping track of my own game. Anyway, welcome back to The Lost and Found. Last time on The Lost and Found,
Nailed
the
it!
stalkers. I really, not even a dramatic pause, that's not allowed. Last time on The Lost and Found, the Stalkers, our group of main characters, which, yes, that is the name they went for, the fucking edgelords. I'll just make fun of you for the entirety of this recap.
Don't worry, I didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah. Went to explore the eastern half, the eastern wing of the building. They fucked around with some magical artifacts until Carla just kind of attached the thingy-majigger to the main pillar after kind of solving a bunch of riddles. They then had an elongated RP bit, which was good for me. Afterwards, they went down into the basement, and it was right spooky, that was. They had a look at several of the rooms and found out about some of the more gruesome aspects of its history by way of journals.
Box text, the beautiful box text.
Beautiful, beautiful audio logs, but in text form. Now, equipped with some additional knowledge, they found the secret door to the hidden room, where presumably they will find the pillar they need to attach the thingamajig to, and nothing relevant will happen.
I feel 100% certain that nothing bad will happen.
In that case, I'll just move you right on over to the map. And as you can see, this doesn't look like anything bad's going to happen, is it?
Why have you darkened out everything again?
No
Yeah.
reason. No reason
Yeah,
at all.
no.
Just don't worry about it.
So
Yeah,
let's
don't
see
worry
what's
about
behind
what
the secret door.
Saxos quickly walks over to Paige and kind of pats him on the shoulder. It'll be fine. We'll find your Toad again. I'll sure he's doing absolutely fine. I lose snakes all the time. They always show up back to me. I think he is your friend, so he would not let you down, and he would show up at some point. Don't worry about it.
I hope so.
Yeah. Anyway, door.
I had to actually delete something real quick and actually start the whole unveiling process all over again. Fuck.
Okay, wanna continue talking
Wanna
about
have
your
more?
frog face?
Want to talk about childhood pets some more?
Oh, never mind.
Oh shit, I didn't actually mean to unveil all that. Oh, fuck it. It's unveiled now.
Yeah, I just don't see what would be the problem.
Yeah, I was originally gonna not entirely unveil the other side of, like the tiny little crevice on the other side of the bookcases, because that one's like, you know, not inherently visible. But
Yeah.
you walk into what seems to be this basement's storage room.
See?
Carla, I found the pillar.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe you can hand the explosive to Smike So
An explosive, it's a
so you
magical
don't.
device that I need to kind of actually install myself.
Yeah, Zaxos, haven't you paid attention? If it was an explosive, I could have done it myself.
That's
She
fair.
looks at what has to be the worst door yet.
That was what I was kind of thinking of.
Okay.
Wait,
Ah,
Wait a second, I can make it bigger for you.
Are you sure the structure above can handle it?
I would
That
have to
is
say
that is
just,
probably what my demolitions roll will determine.
yeah. I feel like that's a solid 3 successes. You widen the door in a way that I can totally very easily visualize immediately because I didn't at all draw all of these rooms with polygon lines that are uneditable in detail.
Don't worry about it. We just know that it's bigger now.
Yeah.
In order to remember for the future, I'll just those are the new dimensions of the door.
Ah, yes, the smeek lines.
Why
The
don't you
smike
just...
line.
Is the texture you use just black?
What?
Did you just use a black texture? Because if not,
Oh
it
yeah, you
could
can't
just
see that. 'Cause
reveal.
yeah, right. I should probably also reveal the parts that this is gonna look awkward, but like,
Instead
fuck
of
it.
just the lines,
Hey,
you just
I'm used-
reveal the
I'm-
part that we can move it.
I'm used to looking at awkward things every day in the morning.
Haha, I get it.
Aha, self burn. I get it.
There you go. Now you should be able to get through easier.
I think you can just have the regular reveal because that's just a box and then you can make it like that. Anyway, you're
yeah,
done?
Thank you very much. Okay. Oh god. Oh, this is still on the token layer, huh? Almost moved one of the doors. Yeah.
You did delete one of the doors.
Shit.
There's still a. Don't worry about it. We have the smike door.
Oh,
Never mind.
I actually just moved it onto the other door. Lucky that. Either way, yeah, I guess I'll get right to my job. She does weird magic things with the thingy stuff. At which point, all of you roll me like the closest thing you have to like a sort of general brains roll. Like for Zaxos, it would be forbidden knowledge. For
Sure.
Leto, I would assume street smarts.
I'm gonna go with deception for mine.
Oh boy.
Paige sure doesn't have an equivalent skill.
Then
Ooh, fail. Hard fail.
Paige, just roll me a flat D100.
I think Saxos has a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Smike is too distracted by beautiful color.
Zaxos is
Okay,
very.
what the fuck is happening?
Zaxos, you see someone or something in the room with you that so far the rest of the party has just completely fucking ignored.
What the fuck?
You see there's just a gigantic just cloud of fog in the middle of the room, and in the middle of the cloud there's like a purple tuxedo. And it's just this.
What the fuck? Guys!
And you see this guy standing right there. And
Zaxos starts violently pointing towards it. Guys, the fuck is dead! The fuck is dead!
and the eye turns to you and goes, I wouldn't make too much of an effort. It would seem you're the only one who's noticed me. It's
Silent Saxos has now stopped screaming about it and now just frankly, fraddling. I don't know. It just violently points. Yeah, flailing his arms and pointing at it. Just.
Smike turns around. Can he see it?
no, you didn't roll your thing roll high enough.
What are you talking
you
about?
do actually, like, you get a bit of an ominous feeling of like it's a bit weird, and I'm just gonna put this handsome gentleman's theme on. hold on here.
You know, this would have been very awkward if none of us have gotten it.
I mean, this seems wouldn't have happened. I guess just more, you know.
So, since Axos is freaking out, is it possible to figure
Yeah,
out what he is freaking out about?
Yeah, I guess if you really want to, you may have one additional attempt at rolling your brains thing, because he's pointed it out and be like, guys, guys, what the fuck?
All right, let me try that deception again.
Oh boy.
Nope.
Uh,
Axos, stop,
This looks like-
stop fooling
oh
around.
no!
This
I
looks
got the
like a
same number
Saxus
twice.
problem.
Everyone is just like Saxos. Are you crazy?
Saxus, you cray.
Classic Saxos.
Spike goes back to watching the machine that Carla is installing.
So
It's
while
fine.
people ignore Saxus and Saxus is having a panic attack, what does the nice man do?
The cloud just kind of just wavers closer to you. It's literally just a gigantic fog cloud with a suit sort of in the middle of it, and some, as you can see in the image, some shreds of fog emanating from the collar and the sleeves of the suit and the pant legs. It's just a big tuxedo with suit pants. And he goes,
It's mystery tuxedo. Oh no!
"It's fine, Zaxos. I'm used to it. Most
I'm not
people
used
don't
to
ever
people
notice me."
knowing and/or remembering my name. Who are you?
Well, introductions are a bit complicated for one such as I.
Okay, before we continue this conversation, can we move into this corner? I can pull out a snake so it just looks like I'm normally mad and not unusual.
Whatever makes you more comfortable.
Yeah, none of this is making me comfortable, but sure.
Zaxos pulls out a comfort snake. the cloud does actually, like, it never, the suit stops at a distance such that the cloud doesn't overlap with you.
Also, for this nice moment, would you mind flipping my pog so I can actually have
yeah.
a nice eye conversation?
Get ready for me to flip it the wrong way. No, okay, there we go.
Nice. Okay.
Well,
He simultaneously shifts his eyes from the comfort snake to him, trying to make it look like he's just normally, creepily talking to one of his snakes.
well, like I said, introductions are a bit complicated, but I will do my best. And you get just like a bit of an aura of familiarity comes over you. This is really weird. You're not. At the same time, it feels really familiar. Like you know this person, perhaps. But on the other hand, it feels like you shouldn't see them or talk to them or have them acknowledge you at all. This feels bad.
This feels bad in so many ways, but sure, I've gotten involved in bad things before. So,
It's fine.
can I ask you some questions? Feel free not to answer, although I'm really kind of curious about a whole bunch of things.
It is a rare occurrence for one of you to ask me questions.
Would you feel more comfortable asking me a couple things first? I can't remember. I
Sure,
can't promise
well-
I will answer many things.
There would hardly be a point. There's
I
not
mean-
many questions left for an all-knowing individual such as I.
Oh, fuck. This doesn't sound... Okay. Saxos actually kind of stops, looks at his snake and puts it away, and then just kind of intently looks at this thing. You know everything. You at least you're saying you do, right?
Well, it's not as much that I know literally everything. There are gaps.
Then I do have a question.
Ask
you?
away.
Do you know my real name?
Yes.
Can you tell it to me? I I have kind of forgotten.
It would be. Well, I could tell it to you.
Please,
There's nothing from
please do.
stopping me from directly that. Though, the thing is, I can see what happens when I tell you.
Oh,
And it's strange for one such as me to speak of personal preference, but I think it might be better if I don't. I can tell you that you will know.
okay.
I don't.
Saxos kind of backs
I-
away again, and Sax leaning on the bookshelf.
I do apologize. This must be disappointing, but it
No,
is not fit for me to intervene.
No,
I
it's
don't.
it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Also, now they're just probably Smack is staring at some mantis ass, so I'm probably fine. Anyway,
Smike is intently staring at Mantis' ass.
It's
Good.
wiggling. Things are happening to that mantis ass. Well, I myself am here on necessity of closing one of these gaps. You see, it is. I guess I'll have to speak metaphorically for a while. You know how one of your profession can and has been likened to a repo man, or repo woman, or repo person.
this is a thing I haven't heard before, or
Okay.
maybe I have. I
You
just
know that. Put it like that. One such as you collects depths, usually. This is somewhat of an outlandish depth to be collected, but from what I understand, you collect depths and souls, right?
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Well, if you collect depths, I collect taxes.
Hmm.
Roll me forbidden knowledge again.
Sure. Eh.
Uh, yeah, I give it to you on that. This is. You realize you're having a nice chat with the anthropomorphic, well, not anthropomorphic, but rather metaphysical personification of death.
Oh boy.
And I am here to collect. There are some whose souls could not properly pass after death.
Saxos get a solemn look in his eyes. You're talking about the meat things in the robots, right?
It would appear so, yes.
Hmm.
And
Would you like help with that? I don't. I. I don't remember much from who I used to be, but there is a thing I do know, and it's I ended up hurting people. If I can stop doing that and change what I do, like helping people, maybe helping them to move on, I would very much like to help you with that.
it's very admirable.
Thank you. I try.
For now, I foresee that it will be best for you to simply do as you were already doing.
Staring at the books, looking for material for one of my plays.
Sure. I have to say, they are rather good.
Oh,
Though you won't find much inspiration here, I would assume. Unless you plan to make a play about utter chaos.
I was going to say I was going to paraphrase and say drama and or a tragedy, but yeah, I think we're getting the same gist.
Either way, I do realize that people witnessing me for the first time can be somewhat distracting.
It sure is. I mean,
And,
you're all weird and your suit is fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
It's
I've
very nice.
acquired it in a bid to seem more approachable.
It does. It does really help. I love the bow tie.
It's a nice
It re-
touch, isn't it?
Yeah, it really brings out the color in your eye.
The eye looks as if, like, if it were part of the face would be blushing and saying, "Oh, stop it, you!"
You
But
got a
it's
very
not.
yeah. You got a very nice color pattern going on.
I do try. Well, be assured, this won't be the last time we see each other. And
I hope-
eventually your friends will be able to perceive me as well. Such is the fate of those who've sealed a contract of souls.
Hmm.
We are, in a very strange way, colleagues now.
Oh boy. Last time I heard that it didn't end up well.
I know.
Yeah, I bet you do. Saxus get like an annoyed makes like annoyed eyes at death.
Zexos, roll Forbidden Knowledge again.
Eh.
Yeah, I think for that, this is where this would largely work out. You experience something rather weird, which Zexo specifically hasn't really experienced before. You know how when, like, you know those magic 3D images, quote unquote, where you have to, like, kind of cross your eyes at them to see the 3D thing?
Yeah.
You know when you have been staring at one of those and then your eyes just kind of eventually go, nah, that's it, and just force uncross, and the image
Yeah.
is gone. It
Yeah.
feels like on an unreal metaphysical level, your eyes just uncross, and you, like, aspects of this individual just kind of fit into the rest of reality. And
Damn it. I
the-
had
their-
question to ask and I never did. Damn it.
their appearance just kind of dissolves into it.
Well, that was a trip. He looks at his comfort snakes, hugs it, and puts it back in his robe. Anyway, how is it going?
I guess
Hello?
I actually put the basement theme back on.
So, while that's going on, Fleto is just going to quickly flip through to see if there's anything interesting in the bookshelf.
I have a thing for that. Hold on, let me just actually kind of put on basement music first, because that's like a whole thing. The Only Good Things, I think it was called. If it would actually... Okay, yeah, now it works. The books in the storage facility are about the research that's been conducted. You can tell that pretty easily at a glance. And I guess, yeah, roll street smarts to find out more. It is just kind of nonsensical, but like even if you knew more about science, you're not sure this would make any sense.
No, he wasn't trying to make sense out of anything. He was just
Oh, yeah.
trying to see if there was something interesting there.
It is not much. Things about how limbo works and whatnot. I would assume you just kind of leaf through it a little bit, check out some pages every now and again, and you never really find something that strike your interests very much. It's very dry and sciencey for most of it, and it's just all kind of scientific dissertations and papers and whatnot.
Okay.
Paige, I assume, is rummaging through the stuff.
Yeah. Mostly looking for the frog, but
No. A lot of it is like a lot of the things in this shelf are just incomplete or abandoned experiments. And this shelf, you do find 2 pills of greater popping, I think they're called. And they are another healing item. Each of them heal 5 hit points.
into inventory.
And Phileto, you rummaging around the other shelf.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll just give that to you too. You find
Okay.
yeah, oh well. 46. Roll the same number again. Cool. You after rummaging around a bit, I imagine Phileto is a lot less gentle, and if something looks like garbage, just kind of tosses it over his shoulder.
Yeah, no, he just he rummages around.
And after a while, you find just it looks a bit like a stick. It's perfectly cylindrical, black, and has white tips on each end, and looks to be of like a cheap plasticky material. Though Phileto doesn't really know what plastic is.
I mean, he does live in the city, so why wouldn't he?
Well, Sigil isn't advanced enough to have plastic. That's not really a thing there yet. This is the most scientifically advanced this campaign's probably going to get. And plastic is just not really a thing yet. Furthermore, when you hold it, it does it feels like you very mildly bumped your funny bone. So you have that weird mix of sensation and little bits of tingling in your hand. You gain the wand of what now? Let me see
What
if
now?
I can. The wand of what now? Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't know what will happen when you wave this wand.
Oh boy.
Saxos.
Yeah.
Phileto just holds out. This
Hey.
seems like something magic. Can you see
Yeah.
if you know what this is?
I can sure give it a look-see.
Roll for look-see.
That's a look-see.
That's a pretty solid look-see.
Oh damn.
on,
Almost
I just-
almost advancement.
I realized something. Oh yeah, no, none of your rolls leveled you up so far. Yeah, pretty close. Oh my god, you have like a lot of really good rolls though for some reason.
I don't know why.
This is a wild magic wand.
Oh boy.
Uh,
That's
you get the very distinct impression that you'll be rolling 1d10,000 whenever you do anything with this.
excuse me, Mr. Folletto. Have you ever heard about the concept of wild magic? And how it's a thing you shouldn't fuck with? Basically, think this realm we're currently in, but in magic form.
Isn't
and
this
that's what
realm
that is.
magic?
Yeah,
Carla kind of looks over and just like she does the mantis equivalent of like the wavy hand bridge of like, kind of.
well, it's fuck magic. I can basically put it like that, and that's a fuck magic wand.
Well,
it fucks things up in things you can't really think about.
Wait, so if I
wild magic is... Sorry,
by
Carla just
fuck
kinda looked up.
magic, specify
Yes.
what you mean.
You are shit talking her profession a little bit, so Carla just kind of looks away from what she's doing and goes, well, wild magic just essentially means random things happen. Sometimes
Yeah.
they can be beneficial. A lot of the times they're not, but a lot of the times they're not beneficial to whoever you point the wand at, which, considering our current line of work, that might be good.
You know,
I mean,
randomness is actually a really interesting engineering property.
I mean, this is my personal attachment to magic. Personally, don't like much of it. Doesn't care if it's random or not. I just know about it. I don't necessarily like a lot of it.
I guess I'll keep it in case of an
Yeah, you probably
emergency.
should. I mean, that magic, as far as I know, it can do some serious shit.
Can
Like,
you tell how many charges that thing has?
I look at it. Can I?
You're not sure if this operates in charges.
Ah,
You think it just fucking goes.
ah.
Like it, this is wild magic. Like you get to just fucking, like
I don't know.
you rolled relatively high. You get to just fucking use it as much as you want
I think it's unlimited.
because
Wow, that's a really powerful artifact.
I would call that very wild.
and you get the impression the balancing here is that because none of like the effects aren't exclusively beneficial, so there's no real point to limiting them, you know. Like
Fair.
if you only get like 5 uses out of it and you get 5 bad uses, then like why the fuck bother?
Thanks, Scott, for explaining why you put this item in the game. How you balance this item in the game. Anyway,
You're
I
welcome,
was...
Zach. So's death comes back.
Hello, Jeff, my old friend. Rather new friend.
Hello,
Anyway,
darkness, my old friend.
Anyway, Carla, how is the whole setting that he points at the thing she's messing with? How is that going?
It's going pretty okay. I'm going to be right about give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes should do it.
Sure. You know what?
Just keeping a lookout on the door.
At what point?
While also trying to keep hidden.
Yeah. I would, unless you have any more scenes you want to do.
Smike just wanted to inspect the space between the bookcases.
Just the space you're standing in front of specifically, or the entire little
I'm
square?
assuming
here?
this clear space.
Yeah, this entire square. This just
more see if he can get through there.
You can. It's perfectly move-throughable by a medium-sized creature, which are the ones who built this facility.
Makes sense. Is there anything in that square?
No. It just seems to be like they needed to kind of get more books going.
Oh shit, this reminds
me. Way
me.
to have more books.
Saxos goes around and starts snagging the lamps. You've heard they can get pretty good average price.
At what point?
Excuse me?
Kind of different. Because you blew open the door to this room. Which is one of those me not anticipating it things I guess we've been talking about.
I mean, sorry, I can
Listen,
go
my
back.
girlfriend needs to get through. She's a big girl.
She is.
Sorry, I returned to the bookshelves.
I might as well actually just blow up these, like, the doors don't matter. This is just a big old hole now. And
If you don't want me to blow up doors, don't give me a big girlfriend, okay?
Fair. Absolutely fair.
Now, if you will excuse me, I'll kill her so I don't need to deal with this problem anymore.
I'll kill her before she kills me.
This is the inevitable plot death for Gara. No, we talk. I wouldn't. I
don't think we have anything else we want to go through.
It doesn't really get much better timed than this. The door on the other end of this room opens, and these friendly fellers start coming on through. Though this time around, they seem to have a little more drive to them. Fleto, I'm just going to give you the fact that you can hear them.
I mean,
Which,
I am actively looking.
Yeah. Which is why I'll say, usually this combat just starts with a flat enemy phase, but this time it'll start with an enemy phase in which Fleto also gets to act. Or you know what? We prepare. Well, you'd hold your action until they come close enough to attack anyway, wouldn't you?
I
That seems
mean,
to be
I
the
would
MO here.
like I didn't think this would start straight up with combat.
Also, I would
So
make the
Fleto-
argument that.
Right?
Also, I would make the
Yeah.
argument that since the door is blown out, we all hear them approach.
Yeah. You all kind of hear them coming through this room, and important detail: the flesh within them has changed in nature a little bit.
Oh boy.
The doors on their chest are completely blown open now, and there's just monstrous arms reaching out of there.
Oh boy, they found the expand dong spell.
Okay, so instead of
did.
the original thing I was going to do, which is stand in a doorway and try to figure out what they were doing, yeah, he is going to lie in wait for them to come close enough
Yeah.
to punch the shit out of them.
I would imagine you hear the claws scraping across the linoleum.
Can I the bookshelf to scale onto the ceiling?
This is a monster phase in which Fleto also gets to act.
Oh, sorry.
The player phase happens after that.
Also, I know that sounds rude, but could you put out some music
I was
for
about
this
to.
encounter? Thank you.
My finger was on the button.
Thank you.
Cursed combat. Now that sounds good.
These guys approach. Fleto, what do you do?
Let's see. He's going to just kick the first one as hard as possible, trying to knock it down.
Roll for fisticuffs. And the first one will roll to resist. You roll better. Yeah, you deal 2 damage for the first one, and I'm just gonna say push him back here. That's
Could
2
knock
damage
him
for
off
you.
balance.
Yeah, you knock him over a little bit. It's 2 damage for this fine gentleman.
We have company.
You do have company, at which point, hold on, I guess I gotta GM layer some things right quick, because some other doors around the room also begin to open, such as these.
Well, fuck.
There are secret doors in every room,
There sure are.
except this one.
What do you mean, except which one? What?
Wasn't there a room here?
No, that was 4 rooms.
two rooms on each side.
Yeah, there were 2 rooms on each side, and there's 2 doors on each side. One just has a somewhat displaced secret door.
Huh. I was sure that there were 2 laboratories down here, and then the board
was a-
meeting room here.
Well, no, the board reading room is diagonally up top to the right.
Oh, so that's there.
Yeah, that one isn't connected at all.
Yeah.
And 2, 4. I got. Oh, shit.
Carla,
Also-
remind me next time to set some explosive traps.
Real quick, from the inside, wouldn't we see the secret doors, or are they secret on
they-
both sides?
You couldn't quite. They are secret on both sides. The nerds made it for them to be hidden. And yeah, they were like you couldn't quite make it out because he blew up yours. But yeah, they were secret on both sides.
What's going on here? What are you doing?
They just kind of they jolt at you, and they're unresponsive for a moment, and then they go this lad.
I could not make out any of the words you just said, Ghost.
It was not very intelligible.
Oh, how nice. Oh, do you hear that pitch? Sounds like they found your massive lad.
Oh, that's good. Where is he?
Ah,
This lad must be protected. Oh god, that hurt.
then why do you do it?
Can we go there?
Yes, we agreed
Hey,
that
don't
we
move,
would be its
it's an enemy turn.
protectors.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't
it's
move
an
yet.
enemy turn.
Because you
Back
kind of
to your
use yours.
point.
Like, I will give him. This guy's gonna stay back here, but this dude will try and come in and slap you at you just a little bit.
Paige, I thought you were one
Or
step to
honestly,
the
no, you
left.
know what? You did the things, you did the precautions. It's good. Player turn starts.
Also,
Alrighty,
Paige, I thought you were lying up against the
You
bookshelf.
kind of were. You were
Yeah.
over here.
So I want to do an attack that is more less focused on one enemy and more AOE. So
Yeah,
like
it's-
throw an explosive like here to hit these three dudes.
What, you dare use explosive to disrupt an area? What?
I would say that I'll give you, honestly, when it comes to AoEs, right now I'd give you like a 2x2 because anything that's like much bigger than that might actually bring down the basement.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I'll let you have two dudes.
Then I shall do something entirely different.
A handful of smaller explosives.
I guess.
I shall step back and actually try to blow in the ceiling here in a controlled way so that all these nerds can't get through.
I respect your idea, buddy, but I think these things are too strong to let that hold them down. Also, there is various other holes.
Could they pass through the gaps in the things here?
You don't know.
They are medium-sized creatures.
But yeah, like, if that's still what you want to do, well, for bringing down the house.
But I would assume that if you bring down something here, it would kind of take out everything that isn't, actually held up by anything.
Yeah, that's fair. The building is already crumbling, we saw.
Yeah, the gang unlocks the everyone dies in the basement ending when
Okay, I'm gonna try to blow up these two dudes.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, roll for
Damn it!
that is still well, they both get to react, but that's the cool thing about AoE. You get several people blowing their reactions too, so now they're wide open to other attacks. For more helpful combat tips, consult the combat document. That's still very much a thing. So
Thank you.
one time react. Well, the first one dodges out of the way. Or rather, yeah, okay, no. The way they do it, the fleshy bits kind of retreat into the robot parts and they just close up and shield themselves against the little fireball you conjure, and then they open back up. And the fleshy bits come back out.
This is not good. Is Carla still busy with the machine?
Yeah, she is.
Hey guys, I thought we agreed that we would be the protector of the massive lad.
Guys, I think right now we have different problems.
We must enact the will of this lad.
Paige? I think your pet might be evil.
Nature isn't evil.
Can we wrestle with
Demons are
morality after we've defeated the fleshy robots, please?
So Fledo will step
Flesh
out here
robots.
and just continue to just kick him.
Fair.
Kick him!
Roll for kick him.
Or wait, nah, kicking is good. I was about to bring up the knife, but kicking is better when there's two right in front.
Go right ahead.
I did.
I say like, oh yeah. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
He will again try to negate some of that. He doesn't. You land another well-placed, just right in there, and you can just feel a particular set of bones give way under your feet as you slip in just a little bit deeper than anticipated. 2 more damage. This thing falls over dead.
Well, they
Um,
don't seem so tough.
They sure don't. I do think Paige and Zaxo still get their actions.
Yep.
Paige is gonna just. He's impatient. He wants to go to the lab. So he's gonna line himself up with this gap in the fence here, or in the bookshelves here, and just fire his hero tool bow straight through into these robots.
The one above Fleto?
No, I
I'm
think he
shooting at
means
these guys.
these two.
Okay. I'll let you attack one of them.
Yeah, I don't need both
Okay.
of them. Just
Yeah. Pick one and shoot like the upper one or the lower one.
let's go with this one.
Okay. Roll for hero tools. Well, that's one success. Let's see. This guy can dodge.
God, we suck today.
He can't. Don't
Hey,
worry.
I'm actually
This
doing
guy
pretty
sucks
well in
too.
combat.
Yeah, but Fleto already killed one of them.
True, true.
You fire hero, but it's a bit tricky aiming through 2 sets of bookshelves, but you do slash it across one of its arms. One of the eyes on its arms is gouged out in a pretty mean sound.
Wait, they have eyes on their
Oh yeah,
tentacles?
they're body horror all over. There's at the roots of the arms. There's some eyes popping out. They're wildly staring everywhere, unfocusing.
Were they
It's-
manufactured by Cronenberg Smithies?
Very much, you get that impression. Yeah, it's not pretty to look at. Zaxos or Paige, do you want to move?
How can I move? What is it? 5?
And honestly, I feel like I want to get some music variation in here. So for the overall pretty good Fleto turn, I'm just going to put on the Fleto theme. Fuck it. Because it's a good theme. I like it.
Put myself at the choke point for these robots.
You anticipate the robot aggression. They'll never see it coming. Robot turn. Start with these. Oh wait, Zaxo. Shit, fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, in
My
this
bad.
fight, I doubt Saxos can help much, so he's just going to sneak over to this edge in the bookshelf. There is indeed an edge in the bookshelf, right?
Yeah.
There is a hole between.
There's a gap between the 2 shelves, yeah.
Fine. He looks over at Smike. So, how does exactly a flashbang work? He pulls out his the flashbang he got earlier.
Just pull the pin, throw it, and look away.
Okay, please do that. He pulls the pin and throws this through the corner into this room, hopefully blinding the majority of these things in here.
Look away. Yes, please do that. Zack, he says everyone else while he keeps looking.
Do roll. I would say 2d100 for flashbang.
Okay. Oh boy. I guess I just drop it and flashbang myself.
No, that would be if you rolled like single digits.
Yeah.
But this is overall like you throw the flashbang in there, but like they have a little too many eyes. Some of them get blinded, but some of them don't. So overall, it doesn't make much of
Well,
a difference.
Bombs.
You
Anyway,
throw it in and
continue.
forget to pull
Actually,
the
though,
pin.
Like here come one of the things come into place. This does actually count as one success because these guys are weenies,
Yay.
and the success number you got to hit is 40, or in
Ah,
some cases 45, depending on what you're doing. Maybe a bit more. It depends. But for something like Flashbang, 47 is a success, so they'll be. I'll reduce their movement speed by 2 for the next round.
yay.
So
So these are like minion class.
Yeah, these are even a little bit below minion class. They're weenies. Big weenies. Tiny weenies.
Nick Weenies.
Please tell me that's an official classification of the rulebook.
They are... nah. Well, it's a term I use very frequently when referring to things, but their official title is Buddy Bots. I didn't know this was on loop, and it's not anymore. So I'll just put this back on in time with their turn, unless Zaxos wants to move.
Nah, I'm fine with my movement.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I would actually like walking over here, just so I'm away for shelf pushing area.
And Carla doesn't get to act because she's still working on the thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You get... she spent this turn working on the thing. You have the impression of it should be about 2 more player phases. Wink, wink. God, my mouse is acting up today.
Paige, Zaxos, we need to converge around Carla.
Okay.
These guys draw near, and they try to gang up on Smike. And they lash out. The first one lashes out with Big O Claw, and like this counts as a dual tech between them. So, first roll, second roll, and additional 2d100, 1d100. Are whoop. Well, that's nice. They tried. Do you have anything to directly counteract this? Because if I'm not mistaken, you don't really.
So this is a little unusual, but could I use my demolitions roll to spew caustic sulfur sludge on them to kind of melt their chassis a little bit?
Like that wouldn't really counter the attack in a very meaningful way.
It might damage their joints and make their arms fall off.
It's less of a reaction, more of an action on your turn, if anything. Also, their arms are the meaty flesh things that grow out of their chest, not their robot arms.
That is fair. I would still like to. Can I attempt an unskilled defense?
That's like... No, I think I'm gonna say that's one of those things I'm not gonna quite allow.
Damn.
Like I'm just gonna say you either have a skill that works for defense or you don't have defense. Gotta get...
I'm gonna have to, when we get back to the HQ, I'm gonna have to do a few days as a punching bag.
You can if you wanna, but yeah, you take a total of 4 damage, and some of the bits remain on you.
This is not good.
I like how the 2 dots is covering Smike's eyes.
He's wearing 3D glasses.
Everything looks so real now.
I really like the idea that it's not 3D glasses. Smike is just dripping acid, and that's how his eyes react. Just balls out and gets multicolored.
Or somebody just stuck like Christmas tree ornaments onto his eye stalks.
This guy can barely make it out. Everyone else just kind of flat, like because of the flashbang. They bumble around inside there. They bump against the shelves once or twice. This guy's the only one that kind of manages to figure out the gap and is going to lash at Paige. That doesn't succeed.
Yeah.
He's a lot of the eyes are blinded, wavering around a bit. and the slash goes wide and rips open a couple books next to you. You feel personally attacked, which you were, I guess, but you know.
Now,
Uh,
I've learned from Cohen the Barbarian. Now the other robot needs to scale its friend before it can hit me.
So yeah, you stand there fully expecting the other robot to scale his friend to go hit you. Asuma stands to be ready for that. So you're somewhat surprised when the first robot just gets back up. Some of the flesh and wounds knit themselves back together.
We're
And
dealing with zombies here.
yeah, this guy's coming in and he's gonna basically make a little room for his buddy. And they're gonna try to buddy attack you. Numero uno. That's 1 damage. That's 3 damage. And oh no, you can't do the up thing. Okay. 3 damage. Have you? Yeah, you do have your fisticuffs thing.
Why do you roll 2 times then 1d100? Is there some
dual
other
checking.
effect? Why don't you
Hmm?
just roll 11d100 instead? Or
Wouldn't be- it would be-
sorry.
first of all, it would be 7, and that would make more sense. I also I do actually kind of want to separate because of their ability thing. Who did what?
Can't just do the first 3, the second 3, and...
Fair. I'll do that from now on, I guess. Thanks for the feedback. Roll for fisticuffs.
8, it's 2.
In that case, you do negate. I would say you completely negate the second guy's attack, and you take 1 damage as the first guy comes at you with a fucking big ass swing. You redirect it and knock him back a little bit, but from out of your blind spot, the other guy just nips you a little bit. You take 1 damage, and some of his bits get stuck to you.
Hey, you're a strong boy. Maybe you could try to just bring down the bookshelves on them.
I think I can do that.
Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot. This is the guy that died, so he's going to get this.
That's similar to what I have. That makes me worried.
If only we had someone in this party to perhaps figure out the mechanics to gain knowledge of the maybe not quite allowed variety.
I get it. I think, guys, I think I might have get it.
I think I know out of character because insider knowledge what part of the dealio is.
But yeah, that would probably be a good thing to start our player phase with Zaxos doing that role.
Sure, I will. That's 2 successes.
Uh,
Isn't it 3 successes because weenies?
Because weenies.
Oh.
I'll say the low DC is in attacking them because they're easy to attack. Some about them is maybe not as easy to figure out. I'll give you the choice. Do you want to know what the dots on the...
I'll waste a hit point to increase it. I can't remember what it's called.
In that case, I'll just fucking persevere.
I'll persevere.
Spend a hit point. The dots on the players, the fleshy bits that retains on them, you get the impression they can use that in later attacks for additional damage.
Oh boy.
You also get the impression that despite this one guy seemingly healing back up and returning from the dead, the injury did impede his movement speed. He probably can't go after you as fast anymore.
Anyway, I had a fun idea what else I could use my turn for, but yeah, I guess that. Oh,
No, I just realized, yeah, you had an action, sorry.
Yeah.
You kind of good movement-wise there,
I
aren't you?
guess
So-
I'll just stay here.
Swat.
I like
Converge on Carla.
I don't know if you know this, but I am a weenie when it comes to melee combat.
You're still a body in front of her.
Fucking wow.
Okay.
That's kind of dark. Smeek.
Among how many steps is it you can take? How many
5,
steps?
I
Was
believe.
You can take 6 steps.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Anyone else?
I shall try puking my caustic sulfur stomach juices all over these two boys.
I honestly don't quite see how that relates to demolition as much.
That's fair.
Natural body nastiness.
But that's not the skill.
He can make it.
Then I shall do the next best thing and pull out 2 grenades and try sticking them into the fleshy bits.
Yeah, stick them with the explodey end. That's what Daddy Smike always used to say. Roll.
That's I'm gonna persevere that.
And make that 3 successes.
Yep.
When you say stick it in there, I would assume you're only targeting one of them?
No, both of them. That's why I had used 2.
I'll give you that. You can put the grenade in one of them. If he doesn't manage to defend properly, both of them will take the damage. If he does, he closes the thing and only he'll take the damage.
I mean, he has
Okay.
2 arms, so I assume that he would just, stick them both in at the same time.
That's a lot easier said than done.
That is fair. It is kind of hard to independently coordinate 2 arms in a stressful situation.
I'll say for that, the one guy takes the full 3 damage, but the other one only takes 1.
That is fair.
3, so the guy does kind of pull the grenade in and try to close it, and just a little gout of flame shoots out and hit the other guy. Eh. Any other takers?
Fuleto is... does Saxos actually tell us anything about the things he find out?
I would
suppose
assume so.
I yelled it out that is maybe not a good thing. Thank you for turning me around so I can stare at my enemy.
Drive me closer to them. I wish to hit them with my sword.
Take me closer to them. I would like to hit them with my snakes.
So Fuleto is going to gut punch the other guy, and
duck.
if he has more than... I guess if he has multiple successes, also try to rip off the part that is still on him.
Want to just rip this guy's fleshy bits off? Okay.
I think he meant rip off the fleshy bits attached to himself.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll let you do either, not both.
I mean, why, when you have multiple successes, can't you use them to do more?
No.
things?
Multiple successes does not mean multiple actions. That's the thing you get in class 2, 3, and 4. Multiple successes mean you are better at the thing you attempt to do. If you roll high on an attack roll, that doesn't mean you also get to remove your debuff thing. You rolled high on an attack roll, that's what this is. Or rolled high on a damage roll.
I mean,
That's different.
technically, I'm rolling high on close combat fighting, which also includes that. But yeah, fine. Punch. Just gut punch this guy.
Anybody hear me?
Barely.
Everyone else.
Okay, we back to normal?
Hello?
There, now we can hear you.
Hello.
Okay. As I was about to say, you rolled... The fisticuffs roll is for how much damage you deal with your fists, not if you can remove the thing stuck to your...
Yeah, again, I said it's fine, but technically, this is a roll for close combat fighting, and
that's not what
removing
that
those
is.
things does help with close combat fighting.
That's a
No,
stretch.
that is
Kinda
no,
not, but again, I said it's
I
fine, just
call-
go on with it. Again, I
I
said
call
it's
bullshit
fine.
on that. Yeah, you deal 2 damaggio to a buddy bot of your choice.
Who do you choose?
Again, I've said multiple times this guy.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't hear
oh.
that.
Discord seems to be fucking up.
2 damage. Oh wait, no, he gets to resist. Fuck.
No.
Well, okay, he doesn't no damage to this guy. You start throwing punches, but it seems yeah, they kind of learned. They watch you throw a punch or two. You try to go for the same pattern again, and he just blocks it. Want to move?
Nah, Flight is going to try to keep these at bay.
Okay. In which case I'll just put on the alt song for this. Fuck it. Put on some other music in here. Paige, I guess it's your turn.
He said collapse the bookshelves. I think I've got a tool for that.
Paige is gonna reach into his backpack, and as his arm just completely fans itself out into just a wide, almost paddle shape.
Here we go. The Excalibur Banana Leaf Fan.
The what?
Give it to me.
The Excalibur Banana Leaf fan.
God damn it.
Given to me by the Flame Prince of the Thunder Plains. I'll use this to knock down the bookshelves.
Use this to knock down the bookshelf.
You know, the most useful thing from getting from a fireplace.
I'll even persevere so that this is even better. So let's lose some
There's
help.
no need. There's really no need. You have a
Okay.
pun bonus. You get a bonus for making me laugh with a stupid pun. I'm not going to change how they stand around on the GM layer because there's a filter on before them and I don't want to move shit around. It's complicated.
That's fine. Just so long.
I didn't make this loop, did I?
I leave the-
I'll just say the thing widens out, and this is like the bookshelves now kind of go over this area, and I should put this on the token layer, didn't I? Like an idiot, like a fool.
Ooh.
But yeah, you knock over the bookshelves onto those 2 people,
Ooh.
and they squirm around underneath them, and they will most certainly try to get back out on their turn, which it is now, unless you want to move.
I'll stay right here. We're good. Right, I've got to stop everybody. I've got to stop these robots.
Sounds like a plan. The robot right in front of you has a similar idea, and will try punching you now.
He's free to try. I'm going to counter with my big sword.
He sure tried.
No.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking miserable. He tries to lunge at you. You're like, nah, and you pull your sword out and just bop him across the head. He takes 1 damage.
No.
Bad robot. Bad.
No hurting. We got to go. I want to go see Croker.
And the ones underneath the bookshelves will try to no longer be underneath the bookshelves. Let's see how they do. Oh, that's not very good. That's better. That's okay, I guess. I'll say they managed to kind of move this bookshelf over here a little bit. And this one comes off, so like these 2 guys can move at least on this turn. The other guy's still stuck.
Whoops.
They can move through friendly squares, so that's a 1. I got 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that works out. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. And the ones near Smike are going to attack again. But this time they are both going to attack and also pop in the meat thingies on you for a total of 90-100, which I can totally just roll like this, huh? Or 90-100. Good point. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 5 damage.
Okay, can I react by climbing onto the pillar out of their reach?
It's gotta be pretty high DC, or you can try. Yeah, you negate one of those. And I
Oh,
guess
wait,
that's still
I
levels
rolled the wrong thing.
Yeah,
I
that
rolled
still
deception.
levels up, so good job. Oh, is climbing
It's the
more
wrong-
than?
It's the
Oh,
No,
strength.
it's still one roll, so it doesn't matter.
Well, then, for all intents and purposes, it's the same.
Sweet.
But yeah, -4.
Then I shall level this up into evasion.
Well, no, that means you get a completely separate level 1 skill called evasion.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. That works for me.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna level up climbing.
And the two fellows fighting Foletto are going to try their luck again. With the
Sorry,
old,
how much damage did I get? I forgot.
You took 4 damage.
Ah.
And the 2 things are gone. And they'll try the old 1-2 again, which adds up to 7, yeah. 100. First one deals 1 damage. Second one also 1, I guess.
Deals 1 damage, you say?
Does 1 damage. Not misconstrue my words. Good. Yeah,
so... Fletcher will persevere to spike these 2.
So, I mean, that makes no sense because he'll take 2 damage anyway. But
Yes,
like,
but then they
sure.
won't have their effect. And also he will dodge in universe.
Fair. Perfectly fair. You duck and weave around them. They do not get the satisfaction of landing a hit on you. And you get the satisfaction of not being flesh-butted.
Yeah.
Your turn again. And this is... I'm pretty sure this is the last turn you'll have to stay still, because this is where Carla will finish up.
Yeah, I was going to just hit this guy again and run away. Because this is kind of swarming.
Yeah.
So...
Roll for hit this guy again.
Again, just gut punching.
Punch you right in the squishy bit. It's the Foletto way.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to have that not happen.
I guess I will just persevere to make the 25 of pass as well.
Then he takes 1 damage.
Okay, so I want to triple tech with Paige and Zaxos.
Oh, Foletto still gets to move, because he said
Oh,
you're
sorry.
on one.
Sorry.
But I guess you can do that while he moves.
There.
I want to triple tech with Paige and Zaxos. Namely, I want Paige to use his Excalibur Banana Leaf fan to sweep those 2 guys into these 2 squares. And then Zaxos to bind the 4 that are then in these squares together with his snakes, so they cannot escape my explosions.
That is actually really good.
Triple tech.
Triple tech.
So that's a explosions with 3 snakes, I think is
It's a 1.
1, okay. And Hero's Tools is 2, I believe. That plus 2 adds up to 8 D100.
I think Smike
Oh.
should roll it because he came up with
Yeah,
it.
you incited it. You get to roll the triple tech if everyone agrees that that's what they want to do.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Paige, you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
And that sucked pretty bad.
That's still actually
1, 2, 3,
4, 5 successes.
5. How much health do I have left?
I'll also spend a hit point to I can't remember what it's called. That thing.
Okay, Zaxos,
I'll tell you. Okay, well, look,
It's called. Can we
Persevere?
what's it?
you
Persevere.
can spend 1 hit point to turn one of those into a success. So that would be 6 successes.
Paige, do you want to persevere one? I persevere one, then we have 8
successes.
successes in total.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. In that case, you yell out to Paige and Zexos, like, Paige, Zexos, Snake Banana Fan formation. And
I don't know what that is, but I'm flying by the seat of my pants till this point, so I guess this will have to do.
everything
Wait, your
falls to Paige as he whips the fan around. These two guys fly over there. Fucking Zexos, Simon Belmont's the fucking whip out of this. That actually just whips the snake around them, and you drop a fuck ton of bombs in the middle, and they just go eep, because they cannot roll high enough to not instantly all die. So that is just what's going to happen. And for that really cool tech, I'm going to say they don't get up on their next turn.
Sweet.
Okay, may I suggest a thing now? Carla, you have placed your thing, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
These things are going to keep getting up. Let's get out of here. And we now have a clear route out of here. So should we take that?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Yes. We can all
Okay.
still move, right?
Yeah, you still have your 6 spaces of movement.
That's 3, 4, 5, 6.
What about this doofus? He's not taken care of.
Ignore him. They don't move fast.
Okay.
Just fucking run.
Okay, I'm mostly thinking about Carla, but she can move, right?
Opportunity attacks aren't really a thing they can do, so yeah, the universe
Okay.
is not fast.
3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2. Do put in mind we are doing diagonals just for future reference.
Sure.
1, 2.
Have we
But it
remembered to
wouldn't-
turn that on in the actual campaign rules? Just so that it's on automatical instead of us having to just count it when doing moving?
I don't know how to do that. We'll do that another time.
Yeah, I normally just use the not strong tool.
You can
Something
do
like
the math in
this,
your head this session.
and when you do some like
I
there-ish,
think
when
you'll-
is that?
I think you'll manage to do the math in your head this once. We can talk about this afterwards. I'm trying to not have this drawn out too long.
Page?
Paige, I
Paige,
think you can still move.
Right.
Paige, you have your movement.
Let's get out of here. I want to go find Croaker. Let's go.
Yeah, but surviving these robot death machines would be a first priority.
True. Well, we'll just have to do that when we go find my frog.
Saxos kind of nervously looks back at Leto, who's kind of in the back.
Foletto can run.
Foletto, since you actually didn't do anything, you can double move.
I did. I punched this guy.
Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, right. Yeah, you punched that guy and moved. So, enemy turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all the movement this guy has. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. I did say half once also go. And this guy's going to have the world's biggest try. And try to attack Foletto. That's just 2 successes. How will you respond to this? Yeah, you see this guy rolling up to you on his wheel, and he goes, "I must serve this land." You just kind of roundhouse kick him in the face, and he falls over.
Bitch, don't get on my
shut up.
nerves.
Yeah, I was basically going, bitch, don't get in my way.
Don't fuck with me, you flying robots.
Yeah, that was there. Wait, no, I guess these guys could technically double move, but I won't let them have it. Fine, it's your turn again. Fuck it.
All right, I'd say double move, everybody.
Before we do that, Saxus would like to do a thing. Just for
Okay.
you. Saxus would like to leave a bunch of smaller snakes on all of us. So in the case that we get attacked and some of these like flesh buds is left on us, the snake will eat them before they can take effect. Basically trying to counter the meat things.
Totally
Can
fair.
I do that? Can I do that? I doubt it's
roll-
going to be
roll
very
for-
high. I only have
Roll for
one.
snake control to Major Tom.
Yeah.
That's good, and your skill level's up.
No, it needs to be a 5th, doesn't it?
What?
Doesn't it need to be a 75?
No,
Nope,
it levels up if it's higher than a 70.
Also,
Neat.
isn't your snake skill already 2?
No. My forbidden knowledge is 3, and my snake talk is 1. Now it's a 2, I guess.
Do tell me if you ever hit 20, because that's relevant. Or rather, 10 ability points / 20 hit points.
I am not there yet.
3, 5,
Yes,
6,
you
7,
gain-
8.
2 hit points and 1 ability point, you know the deal.
Yeah.
But that would also count as an action this turn, so Zaxos couldn't double move.
So I can double move? No, I can't double move.
That was an action, so you cannot double move.
Well, somebody needs to wait for Fuletto anyway.
I mean, no one needs to wait. So
I was trying to make him feel better.
move here and rip off the flesh bud while moving.
I'll just give you that one.
Should my snakes take care of that?
No, honestly, I'll just let you have you move and rip off the flesh, but it's gone now. So you guys want to actually move outside of here?
Yeah,
Yep.
please move,
When
just
which case-
despise Saxos.
One,
I guess I
two.
do also have to reveal this area. I'll do that right quick. Boop-a-boop-a-boop. There aren't any big changes here. So I'll just... Yeah.
Oh, we chose the best door.
Mm-hmm.
1.5, 2, 3.5,
One more diagonal would be
5,
and one more space.
6. And double move is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 5.5 and 6.5.
Yeah, works out.
Just please keep on moving a bit besides
Uh,
me, because I can only move once, and I don't want to end up blocking.
Carla is kind of also nervously looking, waiting for people to move ahead of her because she might need some time to get through the thing.
I'll back you up as much as I can, Carl. I am also pretty slow.
I mean,
Well, no,
You guys
if I get...
you guys
if I
want to go
get-
first? I got the big shields.
Okay, I guess I'll try to go first. It's just that if I get stuck in there, then none of you can go.
No, I was
Okay.
planning on Fuletto and Paige going in front, and then you trying, and... I mean, if anything comes to shit, there is still this one up there I can take.
If you get stuck, I'll help from this side while the boys protect you.
Yeah.
She will... I guess I'll give her a big ol' D100 to,
Please don't get stuck.
I mean, doesn't she have the thing where the large creature can squeeze into a hole that's
That's
one
the
size
thing that-
smaller?
She has a thing that lets her walk on walls.
Ah.
That's different.
But that's a
Uh,
success.
Yeah.
It is barely a success, so I'll say she is kind of through it, but that was an action. on a middling success. So this is just where she is now.
That is fair.
It is not upside. She can just walk over the cage.
Damn, I could have done that.
Can anyone
I guess.
can anyone walk in front? I mean, Valedo, you look pretty beat up.
Folletto has
no,
already
I've already
moved.
moved.
Oh yeah, bums. I guess Saxus will just wait here. Oh no, wait, here.
I think I moved down to here. Yeah, because it hasn't been a full turn since we did the.
Yes, you haven't
Triple
moved
tap.
this turn.
Okay.
So you can also move.
So, Paige, I do have kind of a question.
5. Yeah. Yeah.
Do your hero tools include a wand of healing?
I mean, I can do healing things. It's not a
'Cause I
tool,
could
but
use that.
Can't do that.
Not right now, but in general.
yeah, in general. Plus, I found all these neat pills.
Please let me see them before we just start giving them out.
This is not Mountain Campaign. We do not take random pills.
I feel like that's a reference to something. Anyway, I guess it's the enemy's turn.
Yeah, it is the enemy turn. Some of them, you would expect the big pile to actually really start getting their move on again. Zaxos, you look back, and amidst them, you see standing familiar face. And the fog is kind of reaching into the crevices of the robots, and he goes, "There. There will be no more pain." Fog emits from the writhing flesh of the robots just kind of is pulled into him and dissipates. You don't get the impression they'll be causing you much more trouble.
Does the flesh, die?
It's hard for you to make out, but you get the impression they're dead now.
Okay.
Okay,
These guys, however, still kicking.
Hey, he was down. He needs to take an action to stand up.
That was flavoring. Shut up.
Flavor text
Also,
is
he-
important.
One. He does, if we're talking flavor text, he does bounce back with his horrible monster arms he has.
Still an action.
No. 1, 2, 3. Or attack. Action is much more something like this, which is somewhat opposed or a challenge. Which yours is,
And lifting a giant metal box isn't?
Not for an Eldritch Abomination tentacle.
He tries again. The idiot tries again. And once more, he just, as soon as he rolls around, his friends just gets a load of brass knuckle to the face. I think for the utter humiliation, I'm kind of feeling the Folletto theme again. I just really like his theme, I'll be real. But the guy gets around and gets the fucking surprise knuckle sandwich. And the idiot takes 2 more damage. And rolls back and is just kind of like a boxer against the ring. Well, no, those are fallen over. But yeah, leans against the bookshelves. 2, 3, 4, 1. But waits around there because, knows what you can do now. 3, 4, 1. 2. They're keeping a little bit of space. You get the impression you kicked the shit out of them hard enough, long enough that they're now like, oh, okay. Your turn again.
So, question. Can I, once all of them are through, collapse that doorway safely?
Yes, and we can just, if you want to speed that along a little bit. She would just, hold on. Let's see, the thing we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'll just move on trying to get through this door. And, yeah, I'll totally let you try and collapse this after your friends are through, which
Yeah.
shouldn't be an issue right now. So y'all move as far as you can move, and like roll me demolitions.
Yeah. Unless anybody opposes this plan.
No, that sounds good.
Even Foletto
Wait,
can
give
get
me-
through with a double move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12. Yeah, there.
Page, Foletto, you want to move through? Ah, you're already doing it. Sorry. Disregard me.
Do we have to move around, or can we just move through the metal cage?
Carla could move, like, more or less move through it, because her insect legs just let her walk over it real easy. It's a little too big for you. You would have to move around the cage. And because Smike has been carrying some weight this combat, I will just put on the Smike thing, because honestly, you've been doing a good job.
Thank you.
So I'll just...
I am
Page.
surprised at myself in how many creative ways I'm using my explosives.
Yeah.
Oren, you want to move Page through, or you want to stay there with the robots?
I'm gonna move. Tell me if I can't do this. Like 1, 2, 3, and then Paige is just—he's running headlong. He's going to just ignore and run through the bars.
It is... Because it is Paige, I will let you make a roll for hero tools.
Because I want to. Smike has to be healed, so like Paige is running over with a bandage.
No, I'm thinking something else, but do give me hero tools real quick. Oh, yeah, that's as you walk up to the cage, without you even really being aware of it, you just don't really register it as a hindrance much, and subconsciously, some pieces of paper separate from your body and just slice the bars in half in front of you.
I imagined almost like he starts walking and then it turns like into 2D Zelda and Link from Link in Time.
Or like Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Now you just dangerously sharp bits of paper start coming off of you and just like it gets cut off and destroyed. You just run through the cage.
Alrighty.
I'll let you have that for that. And now Smike, explosion time.
Big whammies.
Whammies is the thing you don't want.
Really?
It's big money, no whammies.
Oh, I always thought I always found it differently, but I'm gonna persevere that because I really don't want these guys following us.
Sounds like a plan. And
But now I'm feeling real bad.
Oh no, Smike's not doing too hot anymore. And I'll just hold on right quick.
Oren's Wi-Fi just died.
Ah, shit.
Great.
He's writing. Tempting to fix.
Okay, then we'll just keep that out of this. Let me change tools. Assume Paige assumes healing position. And now that you did close the thing, I will also just say, no, that's whoops, wrong tool selected.
Oh, I love the title you've given my theme.
Thank you.
So,
I figured it was
how... What about instead, you have a timed charge that goes off when they're entering? Kinda late to say now.
Yeah, we rolled the rolls. You, for all intents and purposes, I dare say combat has concluded.
Sweet.
Oh, so you're not going to follow us at all?
At this point, you had a full success, even through means of sacrifice just demolition roll, and I feel like this is just a better point to end it off. You do hear them try to claw at the other end of the broken-in wall, but there's a lot of like even this rubble has some sort of tension to it because it's being pressed down on from the building above. So it's not like free hanging stuff that you could just kind of move out of the way easily. It is just really like a lot more obstructive.
If you remove one piece, 10 come crashing
I
down
mean,
again.
there are other doors which they have used. Which is why I was wondering. So they're just going to just lie down and just not bother
Well,
anymore?
they don't
I'll
seem
be-
they don't seem super smart, so they probably
100%. I will be 100% honest. I forgot about that.
yeah. But honestly, they don't seem super smart in their current state. So
And,
I'd give it even chances that they don't remember those, or
So,
at least not.
one thing, honestly, the reason why I'm cutting it off here is even if they use the other door with their reduced movement speed and everything, there is no way they can catch up to you.
That is fair.
So the only thing considering this, the one thing I would ask of you in this case is once you make your way out of here, which I'll assume you just have to do hastily, you try blowing up the stairway to the basement again.
That was my plan.
Yeah, and considering that, like, why play it out if it legitimately cannot happen that they catch up to you?
Yeah.
You know.
Tension?
So there is some tension. You blow up the thing. Everyone has a little moment. Then you're like, okay, hurry along. We're doing this real quick, real fast. And
Can I get a little heal from Paige though?
He did say that he was doing that.
He did say I was doing that. I would wait for that to happen once Paige is there because I don't like rolling dice for players.
That is fair, but the thing is,
yeah.
I wanted it to happen first because
In case
then
you
I
might
can
want to
persevere.
for the thing.
Yeah.
That is fair. I will, however, move maps first. I have to check if everything here
You
is
could
in
just
order.
kill yourself.
You could just die. Have you ever considered?
Listen, I would gladly die for the safety of my mantis bride. But hey, Oren's back.
Oh.
Oren, you can heal me now.
Oh, these are actually somewhat outdated because if you, the astute observer might have noticed your health bars were minimized for a while there because I just like the look of that better.
Okay, I've made it back apparently.
Okay, would you mind rolling a little healy roll to perhaps put the heal on Smike, son of Smike?
Wait, what do you mean the healing bars were minimized?
No, the health bars were, if I may, I will give you a visual.
Because for me, I've seen them the entire time for everyone.
No, when I say minimized, I mean if you were to look at your icon, this.
Oh.
I think that's just more aesthetically pleasing than the more clunky health bars.
Then why not just keep it at that the entire time?
There are different icons, and you got to change that per icon. I didn't copy paste it back in here.
Also, that
Either
doesn't
way,
look like a healy roll.
For your healing roll, for your healing roll, I'd say, well, it'd be heroes tools with a higher success DC.
Isn't the healing thing why I have a separate skill called All Better?
Oh yeah, shit. That is right. Yeah, that isn't too great, but
he keeps slapping bandages on, but
you're
everybody off of the stairs, quick!
You do also get some Heelys. This is the text doesn't matter. She can use his ability to cast a prepared spell per day, and the one today is actually just it's fine.
It's fine.
So, it's fine.
So I get 2 health back?
You get 3 health back.
Sweet.
I'd say. And
Let me roll them demolitions. That's a pretty good roll.
That is a pretty good roll. And I would say with that, we can permanently end the basement chapter of this adventure. Shit, anyone whose Steam I haven't played yet? Nah, it wouldn't be appropriate. I'll just put on the normal place music on. Happy Harlock Entertainment Center.
So I guess it's time to fight the Slad in the northern room.
I mean, we can move the building as much as we want. Like we basically have control over it, and the plan from here on out would be to move it to the vortex, where you will use the rod we've given you to cancel it out.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be better if we didn't have to worry about some monster jumping into our backs while we drive this thing.
Plus, I don't want to move the
I-
building until we find Croaker.
Yeah, I would also like to point out we are not all of us are in great shape. He looks at Smike and Folletto a bit of on himself.
I'm fine.
So maybe looking for trouble is not the smartest idea. I don't know.
I can. Good thing I can cast my healing spell basically without limits to fill people up between
Oh,
combats.
great! Never mind. Let's go fuck ourselves up.
You're the best.
You really are. Thank you, Cobb.
Sadly, I can't join you for the last big fight because it takes place near the vortex. I lose my soul instantly.
Well,
That
what
is
do you mean
fair.
near the vortex? We haven't warped yet.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
there
mean?
was this whole soul getting
Wait,
taken device because
The reason you're here, the soul vortex that
Yeah,
takes
but
soul.
aren't we looking for the enormous lad first?
Well, guess we should do that.
okay.
I will. Which room do you want to check first?
I
we
mean, we
haven't
knew
been
he
up.
was in there.
So
When
I
you-
assume we're all
again-
healed up.
I'll just give you a full heal before what probably will be the final boss. I'm pretty sure I've told you this before. If you move up, there isn't a room.
Oh, I thought you just said
There's a
there
door
wasn't
that leads-
anything there yet.
Yeah, there's a door that leads into nothing.
Oh, okay.
This is where, like, you'll go out the northern door to go to the vortex. Once you move there.
It'll be our death entry door.
Let us go into the eastern corridor first. I didn't trust those magic doohickeys.
Uh, you sure can, and I'm.
Should we quickly just pack ourselves together so we can just copy all of us?
Yeah, just.
Yeah, assume cube.
Assume cube.
We all Jojo poses next to each other for the teleportation.
You Jojo pose like and just become Tetris pieces. Assuming the
Everybody
cube.
roll for pose.
Puppy.
Ah, that's a pretty shit pose.
I mean,
To be fair, I don't have that many limbs to work with.
you sure don't. But Carla's pose though.
Oh boy.
That's a pose.
Saxos has an ability to dislocate various appendages.
Moving on.
That does make it easier. Also, we are posing dislocates elbow.
You move to that, and I'll say at this point the whole gravity not being a thing has worn off.
The magic circle is gone.
Oh, fuck!
That
That's a
can't be
vampire.
good.
Fuck!
It
Smike,
probably isn't.
Smike turns to Paige and pats him on the back. Son, I think Your pet might have turned into a giant monstrosity, and we might have to put him down.
What does put him down mean?
I think that it might have always been a monstrosity and we need to kill it.
This seems like an appropriate place where I figure out what the fuck is Slada's role.
Huh?
If any of you feel up to the task.
What did you say?
This seems like an
What is a
appropriate.
slot?
This seems like an appropriate place to roll to figure out what the fuck is Slada's. Because the thing he's been talking about it.
I
think
thought it
that's
would
a
just be
Zaxxas
enormous lad.
It is what the enormous.
I do.
Roll the knowledge anyway.
I do.
And with your experience so far, I will tell you, Slad is one of the D&D influences of this campaign. It's an actual race that exists, and I felt really clever making the origin of their name being Enormous Slad shortened.
I picked up on that, but I didn't want to spoil it for everybody.
It's cool. They are a horrible frog-based monster race that you and this universe are the first ones to discover. You get the impression the frog was of monstrous nature, and through violently attacking the crew of scientists, has infected them with a sort of affliction that would also turn them into big frogs. But because of the nature of mangled corpses inside of robots, that transformation didn't really work out right.
But why did he put him in robots then?
From what you can tell from the journals you read, when he first arrived here, he was faced with basically being outnumbered. Like, they were just kind of scientist people, but he did want to just kind of like sneakily get rid of them one by one. So he hit them inside the robots.
Also, fun
Which
thing
worked.
about... Sorry.
Yeah, like that worked just long enough for people to not catch on to why people were going missing. And like that, one of the last journal entries was where the head scientist went, I found the internal skeletons of the robots, so that works out. Caught on to what that means.
But yeah, fun thing about slots, they come in different colors, kind of like dragons, and they all are fucky.
Hmm.
I'm gonna post an image in the Discord for an impression.
Oh boy.
They do come in different colors. If
Oh boy.
if the ones in the robots had colors, they would probably have like a little bit of a blue tinge.
So let's go.
He's not here, so let's check the other room.
Oh god. I can move you to the other room too, okay. Are you actually
Saxon's just kind of spazzing around where the don't fuck with circle is, missing up the security tape that was put up around. He's just frankly out of it.
Fleto tries to pick up Saxos.
He is surprisingly light,
I would assume.
although he does have a
Come,
giant
Saxos.
fucking basket on his back.
There's a lot of snakes. Like, carrying him is the easy part, but not getting bitten by snakes, that's where it gets tricky. I'll just move you to the center part again because I
We'll
can tell
just
you
go
these-
here.
It's not in the other room either. It's the same room it was before. No thingies to be seen.
Not here as well, I suppose.
Nah. No sign of any enormous lad of any nature.
Maybe it ran away.
I do not feel
So
comfortable.
if we go outside, can we try to see him?
I
will give you one thing. Oh god. This as a little stinger to end the old session on. Hold on. You do eventually finish your journey through Limbo, at which point you finally get to the place you would reach via northern door. So I'll just, for the sake of it, we'll unveil this bit. There isn't much this leads you to, because this leads to the next map. Let's just see if this is...
Before we leave, Saxos would like to offer a hand to Carla and goes, I haven't mentioned this throughout the journey, but you have been one hell of a guide. Thank you for all the help.
Smike is
A guide. I thought you said guy, and we're talking about that. I'm glad I could help. This was surprisingly fun, actually.
Smike
Really?
shoots daggers
Really?
at Saxos.
Saxos doesn't get the point.
Yes, fun is the correct word here.
Oh,
I
mean the horrible monstrosity parts. Those were not too great, but it's
really? Yeah.
You do this for a living?
I don't know, maybe. I don't want to, but I guess I have to.
Well, I do now. Part-time. I do a lot of things part-time.
We should talk about that sometime.
I'd love nothing more.
And I'll just, as a little singer, put on the old theme again, and move you to what will be the most relevant map next session.
Oh boy.
I'll just
Oh dear.
let you soak it in for a couple seconds.
That looks all kinds of fucky.
Did you draw this?
No. Back to the screen you go. This is the single limbo map I could find anywhere. I was really surprised someone pre-made a map for limbo.
Ah, neat.
And that will be what's going down next time on The Lost and Found.
Yay.
Oh god.
That was fun. Thanks for GMing again.